Okay, first I apologize for the loud camera noise this monitor makes. I can't do anything about it. Secondly, I am doing a response on the video essays that we had to watch over the composing process for writing papers and doing various things, and trying to mock my style of writing papers. I am not prepared at all, so we're just going to sit here for a couple minutes while I talk about my own writing process, which is typically just sitting down, looking at the assignment sheet for 5-10 minutes, figuring out what I want to do, and then going back and looking at the materials that I have to cover. So if I'm writing over fiction, I will go over like my dog-eared pages, because I like to do that, which just kills people when they find out that I fold my pages a little bit. And if we're doing essays, if I have them in print, I will look over my highlights and notes that I made beforehand, because I don't want to have to reread all this stuff. I'll just rely on what I knew in the past. And if I do have those things selected already, I'll go ahead and I will type up all of my quotes that I plan on using, even if I don't know what I'm going to write about. I'll just read something and I'll be like, I know this is interesting, I might use it. So I'll have a document that I'll create with just quotes and possible ideas. And I'll have a separate document that I'll use to just write my paper on. There are times when I will work on different sections of the paper. It's just whenever I feel most comfortable with doing at that point in time. And then, yeah, I'll just go from there. But as for the writing process, I don't need a stable setting. I can write in my office at home. I can write on campus as long as I'm not surrounded by too much people doing people-y things. But I do need coffee. I do need this far away from me. And if I have something wrong that's going to distract me, so like if my nails are too long, like they are now, I will end up taking a break while I'm writing my paper, and I'll just have to trim all my nails and leave my nail clippings in a pile next to my monitor, just to gross out my wife, I guess. But there are times where I've written papers in my living room when I had my computer attached to my TV, but I'd still just sit in whatever was most comfortable with me at the time and write my paper like that. I go in never with a topic in mind that I'm dead set on. So during the original writing process, I will just end up with a lot of crap that I'll throw out. Like if I was going to go through and edit this, I would delete many sections. But as is, I'm too lazy for that. But there are times where I come across moments where I don't know what I want to say. And I don't like how close I have this monitor because I can't see my hand gestures. Otherwise, you can't hear me because of this loud mic or camera engine whirring. I was talking about something, and it was distractions. Well, that topic is gone. But so things that are consistent for me. Okay, there we go. I'm back. If I'm writing something and I'm having trouble, I typically won't take a break. Aside from my random distractions, I'll just sit here and I'll stare at the screen and I'll do a lot of this, and I'll just take off my glasses. I'm like, what am I going to write about? And I won't know for a little while, and then I'll just end up either skipping that section for the time being. I don't have my comb. Or I'll just kind of put in some hyphens. I'll talk about something like this when I go over it again later. But other than that, the only consistency that I have is that I always will have my wife look over it at some point after I'm finished writing it. Like, I'll write it, I might edit it myself, and then I'll send it to my wife, and she'll check for any like big mistakes that I've made. Typically, she won't have any comments on the content, but my biggest issues are just sometimes I make minor mistakes, and I have issues with using too many commas. Other than that, I like to write my papers in one section. So if I do end up having a paper that will take me multiple sessions to write out, I will have to go back and have two windows open, one of the original document that I just finished writing a few days ago, or like the day before, or just that moment ago when I finished it, and then have a new one where I rewrite the paper while I'm looking at it. And even if I say mostly the same things I'm saying in the original paper, I may change a few things around that may flow better in that moment of time, so I'm not coming across from multiple instances of writing a paper where I'm just jumping from topic to topic. I might be able to list things out. But other than that, I don't have an in-depth process like some of these people do. I don't have like crippling pain. I do get some cramped fingers sometimes, so I'll just do some exercises with my hands, or make a complaint about my ankle because I'm a little whiny bitch. But my space is typically cluttered when I'm in charge of it. What's a weird face? But I like to leave the little distractions around for me to get a break from my paper. Otherwise, I'll just write it without stopping and hating my life. And then I will end up in one of those staring at the screens, dying moments. So maybe I have a method? I don't know. But yeah, that's what I had to talk about with my composing process. There's that stupid phone. Hate it. Does it really have that loud thing in the background? Testing the volume. That was terrible.